I'm picking Valentine, cause on the morning line, the guy's got him figured at 5 to 9. So make it F10. He went.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday night races at Hastings, Friday, August the 16th. Yep. We do have 7 races. We are racing Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend. 7 races each day, but the Friday night card gets underway at 7:15.
Yeah, big weekend of races. Yes. Of course, we have the Canadian Derby on Saturday. We're going to go through that on the Saturday card. We have the Mile.
Long Acres Mile.
Long Acres Mile on Sunday. We'll go through that on the Sunday card. They got together some nice races for the weekend here at Hastings. And we start off with 7 on tap at Hastings on Friday night. Post time is at 7:15 p.m. Friday nights are always a lot of fun.
They are good. They're a lot of fun. Actually, the last couple of Fridays have been really good. The crowd's getting a little bigger. Getting there a little earlier, and there's a bit of a buzz. The weather's been great, and that's the nice thing about Friday. You need the good weather.
Yeah.
This is an outdoor sport. When the weather's good, the atmosphere is equally as good. So hopefully things are a little, as of taping, it's a little cloudy out, but
it'll turn around.
Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, start off with the Friday opener. I got some maidens for you here, optional 30 grander. I got a field of 5 signed on to go 6.5 furlongs. I've headed the 2 what goes around. I thought a decent third after racing up near the pace. Really a little sharp last time. He uncharacteristically close to the pace. Went 22 flat for the opening quarter, and this was only a half length off it and was out in the 3 path. So I think a better journey today. And you got rid of a nice one, and Leo's in the house. I mean, this race has come up a lot easier. So I think what goes around wasted some energy early, and that's why he got caught late by Stevenson Ladd, and he was off a bit too. In all fairness to the horse, 6 weeks in between races last time, coming back in 2 weeks. I think this horse is right on the money.
Yep.
I put the 5 Stevenson Ladd in for second. I ran into the place spot. It was an encouraging debut after a tardy beginning, but so the horse definitely has some upside and might have. Probably going to go off as the favorite.
Yep.
And in the third spot, I put the 4, Regal Legacy. Gets back in a maiden race. Goes in blinkers tonight, too. So Amadeo Perez once again rides. But this horse was on the board in his 2 maiden races, but they took a shot at BC Cup Day. And, it didn't fare so well, but he's back in a better spot. I went 2, 5, and 4. No speed in the race. I just thought what goes around might get a really good trip.
I got the same horses. I put Stevenson Ladd on top, Les Maisie's horse, trained by Phil Haller, because the question mark is, does he progress, regress off that?
Bounce off.
Fairly big race, his first one. I'll bet that he is going to take a step forward, so I got Stevenson Ladd on top. I got What Goes Around, the reasons you mentioned. Hopefully he gets a better trip this time. And Regal Legacy in the third spot. Those seem to be the 3. I just flip-flop the top 2, but I think it's a 2-horse race between the 2 and the 5. On to the second, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 5,000, going 3.5 furlongs. The nursery course of 3.5. I have a 3-year-old filly in here who is almost perfectly the distance. She got beat by 2, 5, and 10. That's the one, Cassidy Storm. Got beat handily by 2, 5, and 10 last time. 2, 5, and 10 set a course record.
It was a track record, yeah.
That day. So no shame. Cassidy Storm running second to her. I don't see. I think Cassidy Storm with 2, 5, if 2, 5, and 10's in her, she's 2 to 5. Pardon the pun.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Cassidy Storm in here. I got Dog Rock, another one, tried 3.5 earlier, just got beat a neck by Cassidy Storm. Then he ran 6 furlongs, he shortens up again, that'll make him dangerous. I got him in the second spot. And the third spot, Romance and Traveler, he seems to always be around running late, picking up the pieces in this one. I got 1, 5, and 3.
Yeah, I've got the same 3 horses, except I've moved Dog Rock into this top spot. I just think Dog Rock, who almost caught Cassidy Storm 2 starts back, but just had an inside draw that day, kind of got shuffled, come rolling late, and almost got the money. I like the fact that he came back and won around 2 turns, and now he's just going the 1 turn again. But he's drawn nicely out in gate 5. That's a good spot for him. And he'll perhaps be able to be running better at the end of the race. I think Cassidy Storm's a little quicker leaving there, but this horse might be able to run him down. And I agree, Cassidy Storm, she's almost perfect at the distance. 4 wins and a second from 5 tries. And Romance and Traveler gets inside, and this horse can run some good races at this trip as well, and might be the one running on to the show spot. But I think 5 and 1 are the 2 horses. I went 5, 1, 3. On to the third race. Got some $4,000 fillies and mares going a mile on the 16th. Got a field of 6 here. I've gone to the 3-horse Camino. It looks like the controlling speed. Unlucky loss first off the claim there for Drew Douglas, and just missed a remarkably free. Actually thought she won the race, but lost the bob. Came back, was a pace casualty against Hidden Harbor. Tried to chase that one. That was a tough 7,500. Gets back in for $4,000. I know it's long, but this horse can control the pace and slow things down with Rizan Choksi, who's a very capable rider. I like her chances. I put the 6 CI to I in for second. I think she's she's been sprinting well, but I think the stretch out to a mile and 16th will help her. If the pace does falter, I think she's the best closer. And I put the 1 Wild Acceleration for Kerry Raven in for third. I went 3, 6, and 1, but I really like the 3-year Camino. I think that's your horse.
I am worried about the pace, but because my horse needs, I put Scope on top. I think Scope was running some good races this year. She tried that marathon race on BC Cup Day, which was a little bit tough for her. Now she drops back in to straight non-winners of the year for mares. It's going long, which will suit her. And I like the move to Grider. I think he'll get a lot out of her. So I got Scope on top. I have Camino, as you mentioned. She is a controlling
Looks like
speed.
the low speed. It's her race to win anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Going long is the thing that scares me, and that's why I like Scope. And I see eye to eye. Hard Trying Filly was always running late in third spot. I got 5, 3, and 6. Sorry. On to the fourth race, 3-year-old fillies claiming 8,000. This is a tough race.
I had trouble with this one.
So did I. I left out some horses that I could easily see winning it. I went with Pine Walk on top. She was claimed off Troy Taylor by Pedro Alvarado and won right back in the 7,500 non-3 for fun, won by 4. Those non-3 are against older mares. Now she runs against straight 3-year-old fillies. If she can put up any kind of a number like she had last time, I think she's dangerous. In the second spot, I put Pineapple, done very little wrong this year. 2 wins in the second this year. Frank Fuentes was aboard for both those wins. He gets back aboard. But there could be a fair bit of speed in here, and that's what worries me. I got Jawbreak in the third spot. This is one that I don't really know what to think of. Broker Maiden for 30,000 at Santa Anita.
Went AWOL, though.
Yeah, and haven't seen her since, so that's a bit of a question mark, but in very capable hands for trainer Anita Bolton, and Aaron Grider takes the call. I got 4, 5, and 6, but I did leave out Little Miss Bean, one that could be running late and win it, and of course, Always Red on Sunday, another one you can make a strong case for here. This is a very wide open race. I went 4, 5, and 6, but you might have to hit the all button here.
I've gone with the same 3, and I have the same feelings as you. Both the one Always Red on Sunday. I mean, I think silly leaving it off the ticket, but they only picked 3. But I would definitely go 4 deep in here. I mean, my 4 would be 1, 4, 5, 6, but not in that order. But those are the 4 horses. Maybe in the first leg of the late win 4, and the last leg. That's the bad thing about this. The fourth race when there's 7 races.
It could be a killer.
It's a controlling race. The fourth. It's the last leg of the early win 4, and that's all. For you win 4 players, and it's also the first leg of the late win 4. But I like Pine Walk, as you mentioned, pretty easy score. This horse went dynamic. This horse was pressured. 47 and change 12, and then this horse rebroke and ran away. It was impressive, and that was against older horses. Gets in against straight 3-year-olds here. I know she is returning to a sprint, but still, I think Pine Walk's the best filly in the race. I put Jawbreaker in for second. Obviously as concerned as you about where this filly's been for a long, long time, but you must respect the connections. And Pineapple, another speed horse that it's 2 for 2 with Frank Fuentes, and then just got nailed by a good Uniqua that day when she had to go very fast fractions, 22 flat, 45. But if she can get things a little easier, she might be very dangerous. But I think you need 4 horses in here. Not a race I like at all. I had a lot of trouble with it. I can see Always Red on Sunday winning too. It's just a tough race. I went 4, 5, 6 in the Friday night 4th race. On to the 5th. $4,000 claimers. Going to go a mile and a 16th. This is a non-winner since January 27th, or non-winners for lifetime. If you can qualify to be in the race. I see a pile of speed in here. A couple of races early in the card, there's no speed in them. This race, it looks like there's going to be some pace. You have Vying for Glory in the 2-hole. Lord Henry likes to be prominent early. The 5 Muzzle Print and the 7 Riboletto are both pace horses. And the 8 Eustonia likes to be up on the pace. I think it sets up the 1-count green really well. This horse, not that he needs a tailor-made setup, but he's going to get one. I just feel this horse is live. I know he just won a non-3. But this horse is, I think, very live in this spot, and might be get overlooked in the mutuals a little bit. He's 8-1 on the line. I don't know if you'll get that, but if you do, that's fortunate, because I think he will get a favorable scenario. So I'm going to go to the 1-horse count green, a good mile and a 16th specialist that hopefully is in the back of the pack early and make a big run late. I put the 7 Riboletto in for second. This horse, moving to Aaron Grider, I think this is a big change, and I'm just hoping the horse can sprint the whole way on the head end. He doesn't absolutely need the lead, but I think he's going to have to get out there to get position. And he's better than a $4,000 horse, but he's got to prove it. He does have some back class, but he missed the entire 2012 season with an injury, but he's still working well. He's well bred. He's got a lot going for him, and I'll just see if he can maybe. He's definitely one you need on the ticket. And I put the 3 Minstrel's Time in for third. It was the only other one I could find that maybe come from off the pace. even though he does show some pace in his races, a couple times he does. This year he's come from out of it and made good late runs. So, and Jeff Birmingham knows him well for Craig McPherson, so I put him in the third spot. I do like Count Green though. I like 1, 7, and 3.
I picked Count Green last time. I don't have him on my ticket today. I put Riboletto on top. I do like the move to Grider, and as you mentioned, he doesn't need the lead. He will be part of the front part of the race.
But Aaron's crafty enough to get him in wherever.
I think he could get him in a good striking position, and I think to me, he's the best horse in the race. He's had some tough luck this year, but I think he's rounding into a big effort. I got Riboletto on top. I put Eustonia. A horse finished just ahead of him last time out of the Mel Snow Barn. Reyes knows this horse well. He's rode him 4 times, 2 wins, 2 seconds, so I could see him being right there again. Last time got beat by Funny Face, who was a tough horse at this level. And the third spot, I put Lord Henry off the claim for Taylor Anderson. He run him back once against Raising Memo, Cabo Chico, Prince Louis Derby. Tougher horses. Drops him into the nice non-winners of the year spot where I think he fits well. Last time he ran for this price, going long, he got beat by Iskar, who came right back and won. So I could see Lauren Henry making some noise in here. I got 7, 8, and 4 in the 5th. On to the 6th. 3-year-old allowance race. Nice little 3-year-old allowance race. Sprinting. And so some of these horses that their form looks like it's got a little wonky is because they were running long. They were trying
to get on the Derby trail.
Get on the Derby trail, exactly, and be part of the Derby picture. And now they're just pulling back a notch, realizing that they're just sprinters. To me, that puts Ruby's Victory in the driver's seat. He sprinted twice earlier this year, one in an optional 35, one in a stake. He won both of those. Then they tried going long, and it's just not for him. But sprinting, I think he's the toughest horse in here. I have him on top. Excuse me, the second spot, another horse who was trying to get on the Derby trail, and running long just wasn't for him, is Stormin' for Becca. He's one of the few three-year-olds on the ground. I can only think of 2 who's won 3 races this year. Stormin' for Becca, always tough at this level. He fits this condition very nicely, as he seems always to be picking up just a little bit less than 12,000, which keeps him eligible for these races. And in third spot, I put Proud Victor, classy horse, our top 2-year-old here last year. Had a bit of a rough trip last time in the River Rock Casino. Greg Tracy's given him a little time off. Comes back, his works are good. Greg Tracy knows how to have him ready, so I have him in the third spot. I got 3, 7, and 6.
I agree with the 3 and 7. The Ruby's Victory and Stormin' for Becker for me are quite a bit better than most of the horses in here. If Tinkertown can get back in form, then I guess he could get in the money as well. But I like Ruby's Victory over Stormin' for Becca. They're both, obviously distance challenged, but at this distance they're both very live.
Yeah.
Ruby's Victory just had to go too fast last time, and still held well and was third, but still this horse returning to a sprint is going to be dangerous. Stormin' for Becca, as you mentioned, in light too with apprentice Alex Marty. And I put Proud Victor in the third spot. Horse returning after a bit of a layoff, and this horse has got some game too. His works are pretty good. Former stakes winner. He won the Jack Diamond Futurity and the BC Cup Nursery last year. But he's a pretty cool horse sprinting, and we'll see if he can get back in form too. I think you need all 3 of them in here. I went 3, 7, and 6. On to the 7th and final race. I got some non-winners at 2, 4,000 horses here, going a mile on the 16th. I landed on the 1 horse, I'm Famous. I liked him last time. He got beat by Muzzleprint, but had no excuse. That dead aim just couldn't go by. Still, I thought it was a good enough effort. He repeats that race. I think he wins the money. Put the 4-horse Dog in for second. Been banging heads with some high-end 3-year-olds, and gets into this $4,000 race. It gets his time to win a race, or at least get him on the board, because he's only had the 1 runner-up effort, and that was via disqualification earlier this year. And I put the 2 Cross Royal Court in for third. Aaron Grider rides. It's an easier spot for him. He was in the non-3 condition last time. That he was a little tougher, and he gets back in the non-2s. I like 1, 4, and 2. I don't love anyone here, but I went 1, 4, 2.
Yeah, I think I got I'm Famous on top too, the 1 horse under Scott Williams. That was a non-3 ran last time. Now he gets back in the non-2. And the horse that beat him last time, Muzzleprint, that was his 4th win. He was eligible for the condition because one of those wins was for less than 3,000. So I think I'm Famous is the top horse, the horse to beat in here. I put Crossrail Court in the second spot. He'd been off a little while last time, been off about a month, and was part of the up near the pace and just kind of got tired late. I think with that tightener now 2 weeks back, he'll be much tougher, and getting back into the non-2 condition puts him in the race. And the third spot I put Country Cash, another one who was knocking on the door in the non-2s, had to run in the non-3. That wasn't for him. Now he's back in the non-2, and he likes the distance too. So I got 1, 2, and 5 in the nightcap. And that'll do it for our analysis of the races on the Friday night card. Up next will be our picks on screen here. Mike, as always, you're first.
Okay, back in race number 1, I went to the 2. What goes around over the 5 and 4? In race number 2, I went to the 5, Dog Rock. And I hope you can just nip the 1, Cassidy Storm at the wire. 5, 1, and 3. Race number 3, the Speedy Camino over the 6, See Eye to Eye, and the 1, Wild Acceleration. So 3, 6, 1 for me in the third. In the fourth race, I went 4, 5, 6. I like Pine Walk on top, but I think it's the toughest race on the card. Pine Walk for me is much the best, but there's quite a few after him that could win the money. On to the fifth race, I went to the 1, Count Green, hoping for an off-the-pace performance, 1, 7, and 3. Race number 6, the 3, Ruby's Victory, returning to a sprint over the 7, Stormin' for Becca, and the 6, Proud Victor. And in the finale, I went to the 1, I'm Famous, over the 4 and 2.
And up next will be my picks. There we go. In the first race, I went to the 5, Steveston Lad, over the 2 and the 4. The second race, I went to the ultra-consistent number 1, Cassidy Storm, over the 5 and the 3. In the third, I went to the 5, Scopa, over the 3 and the 6. In the fourth, I agree with Mike on number 4. Number 4 in the fourth, Pine Walk, over the 6 and the 5. In the fifth, I went to number 7, Riboletto, over the 8 and the 4. In the sixth, I went to number 3, Ruby's Victory, over Stormin' for Becca and Proud Victor. And the nightcap, again, I'm with Mike on number 1, I'm Famous, over the 2 and the 5.
All right, that'll do it for the Friday, August the 16th edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. Don't forget, if you can't make it to the races on the Friday night, they're open right here at the Derby Bar and Grill at 176 and 0 Avenue. Come on out, great atmosphere, good food, have a good dinner. And also racing resumes at Hastings on Saturday at 1:50. There's 7 races, and also Sunday, once again, 7 races at 1:50. And of course, all eyes on Saturday will be at Northlands Park with the running of the $200,000 Canadian Derby. We'll have a lot of local interest in that, as well as then on Sunday, the Long Acres Mile. Lots of local interest there as well. There's 3 or 4 of them, Canadians in there, and so it should be a lot of fun. So should be a great weekend. Wish you lots of luck on your Friday investments. And on behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in to Handicappers Corner. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Morning works look fine. You know the jockey's brothers are a friend of mine. And just a minute, boys.